Hi, this is Ed Duclo, Tech Content Coach, South Windsor School District. This video is going to show you a little bit about Jamboard. This is Google's whiteboard tool. I hesitated there because there are so many different whiteboard tools out there, including things like Google Keep has a really nice whiteboard feature in it. And well, there's a ton, but really like Jamboard and what they're doing with this. So let's take a look. I go into my drive, I go to my 9-dot grid. I'm going to slide down, probably have to go down a little bit to find it, but here I've moved it up a little bit. So Jamboard kind of looks like a J, I guess. And now you're going to click on it. When you get to this right here, you are just you're not in a whiteboard yet. This will just be all any jams that you've had. Okay, so now this will be my first. So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to hit the plus. Now this is going to give me a new whiteboard screen. And let's take a little tour around it, okay? First, if I'm going to save this, I'm going to come up there and I'm going to rename it, okay, whatever I want. This is a beautiful feature because after I finish filling this one up, I can click and that'll give me my slide 2 and I can continue going there. Up top, I also get anything that I make a mistake, I go back arrow, go forward, and magnifying. The background's pretty nice. I can go ahead with this dot feature right here, or I can switch it to a graph, you can see all the different options that I have. Okay, clear the frame, we'll cover that in a little bit. I'm going to keep this just as whiteboard. Over here, we're going to get some different options as well. I can go ahead and rename. Obviously, I could click back over here as well. Download it as a PDF, save the entire image, the frame as an image, and then trash everything, make a copy, and then as always giving feedback and things along those lines. Okay, I'm going to take the tools off. I'm doing Screencastify here. All right, here are your go-to tools. If I click on this right here, click just the edge there, that's going to give me a pen, a marker, a highlighter, and a paintbrush. Some different colors that I can be using as well. Eraser, give me my point tool. I can now go ahead and I can put in a sticky note. We'll get to that in just a minute. And then I can load in an image as well. If I were using this board right here along the line, along with, sorry about that, Screencastify, I could then use this and it would give me a laser pointer as I'm trying to talk through whatever I'm doing there. Okay, so a lot of nice little built-in features right off the bat. Let's go with the pen, and I'm just going to use the pen. So I'm going to go ahead and just do something with my touch pad. Now, if you have a touch screen, obviously you could go ahead, use the stylus, use your finger, and you could do all this as well. I'm just going to do it quickly with the touchpad. And we're all set. We're good to go. One thing that I wish they would add, and I'm going to give them some feedback here, is on Google Keep, I'm able to click onto a box, I can frame all this, and then I can shrink it, I can change the size. I like that feature quite a bit. So that's the drawing. If I come in here and say, hey, I want to go ahead and erase, then I could erase little pieces right here, like just a little bit off the top. That's a possibility. Or instead of going with the erase, I can just come in here and clear the frame. Now, if I say, oops, no, I didn't want to do that, I go to the back arrow and we're up and running again. Okay, so there's one thing that I can do, eraser, clearing, remember the background. Now, let's say I'm going ahead and I'm thinking, I really want my students to show my students what I want them to do with Jamboard or something along those lines. I want to come in and I want to select, I want to do a search. So let's just go, I don't know, insects. Or instead of multiple, let's keep with one. I saw a thing from Eric Kurtz, the person out of the tech innovator out of Ohio. Wonderful thing. And this is where I learned a lot of this. So he was doing that. And then he was showing how you can go ahead and you can use that pen feature again. Remember, we have that. So instead of black on black, let's do red this time. And just the out shape of it or something along those lines if I was pointing things out. If I were back to this, I mean, I could be doing different things here. It's not leaving the mark. It's just basically with that pointer. okay, and that's for presentation. Again, if you keep in mind, you could be in the background of all of this running Screencastify as I am right now, and that becomes the how-to video, okay? If at this point you say, hey, I want to leave a note, outline, or something along those lines, and I save it. I could change the color and everything along those lines, and I'm good to go. Now, this is a movable sticky note, and I can also increase the size of it, and I can even actually pivot it if I want as well. Okay, didn't notice the 3 dots. Edit, duplicate, delete. Okay, a lot of different things that are right there, ready to go. Again, add it, add another page, keep going. All right. The one thing I skipped over was a huge feature. It's Google-like, right? So if you come in here, the default is private. I can change those private settings to anyone. I can go ahead and just give this rights just to, maybe I'm just working one-on-one with a student. I can put that in there as well, or to an entire group. And then I can send notifications and often ready to go. Here, obviously I didn't do anything, so I can't notify anybody. All right, so there are a lot of things here that I think really make this stand out as a really, really solid whiteboard tool. Hope this has been helpful. Have yourself a great day.